Okay guys, welcome to another live streaming here. I'm Rose from Encoder Fashion, and today live session here we are going to create this sport bra. So this sport bra here come with elastic where I'm going to apply them onto this waist right here for the band, as well as up here for the neck, as well as for the armhole. And we also will create the bra pad for this bra. So first of all, let me show the sport bra that I'm going to talk about here. So this is the sport bra that I love, and by the way, I own a few of them. They are super comfortable, so you can literally wear the bra to sleep. That comfortable. Made it from knit fabric, and because I love it so much, I want to create one. And first of all, this is going to be live session on making the bra. So later on, I will create a tutorial on about making this bra, which get to the point and faster pace. If you're interested in watching a faster pace about making this sport bra, I will have the tutorial coming. Okay, and before we go any further, I want to point out some formula that I use based on. So if you guys follow me for a while, I have this formula that I use. Choose me, give me a second. So I will use this formula to draft this pattern. So first of all, the measurements are not the same here. I only apply the formula from this link right here, and by the way guys, I have this link of this guideline of this formula underneath the video description. So there are a couple of things that I will use. So under formula here, okay, we will create shoulder slope, which is right here, the internal line go from top down, from inside out, and this is the most important part right here. So normally we would go to draft the sleeve, which is down here, and for this sport bra, it's sleeveless, so we don't have to worry about sleeve formula section. All we need to worry about here, guys, this formula for drafting the bodice. So number 3 right here, this is the one I'm going to emphasis on because we are going to create armhole depth. So the armhole depth formula here, we have full shoulder length divided by 2 and plus 4. So however though, the measurement I'm going to use here, I will show you guys the measurement I'm going to use. It's already split it in 1/4. For example, the shoulder length here, I already split it in 1/2. So all we need to do here plus 4 and then create the armhole depth. Okay, so it will make more sense when I'm begin illustrating it in CLO. And here I have more information in my channel here. So Encoder Fashion, if you guys looking, let's say somehow the link doesn't work right here, you can come over here to this Encoder Fashion. When you type in Encoder Fashion on Google, you will see this, and you click on these 4 more links right here, and then go to this blog website. So you click on there, and then you come to search here, okay, and then just type in formula. So this allows you to bring that formula right there, and then click on read more. Now you get to see this formula right here, and exact the same formula. So with that said, I use this formula over and over to create many garments from the past, and many garments are well fitted,
much luxurious, taking fabrics from around the world.
You can see right here, I dressed the pattern for many type of women figure. So the formula works, guys. I just want to somehow, when I create the video for this, so for example, let me so when I create a tutorial for this, I will also provide you with the measurement in the link, the external link, where you can click on it and you not only see the video, but you also see the measurement in writing. So alright, now I'm going to close this file and we're going to create this pattern from scratch. I'm going to command save here to save the file. Command or control, guys. If you guys on a PC, control plus letter S to save your file. It works universally for CLO, for Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, in fact across the many software that I'm using. So okay, now I'm going to simply close this file here, pretty much create a new project. So another thing to create this, I'm going to go to a new project and we'll have the perfect workspace, almost perfect. So I can see right here, my workspace here on the left side kind of closed out. I'm going to come over here and click on the reset workspace button right here to reset my workspace. So when I reset the workspace, so let's say if I want this just 3D, just 2D, or both, or reset. So reset, it should reset both of these windows. So there it is. So now I have this library window or library tabs open, and by default I have the avatar folder right here. I'm going to select Yuna and double click to load her, just like that. Alright, so now I'm going to start with creating a fabric. So first of all, I will use this rectangle tool here and then click one on a page, and I'm going to type in the width right here. So I have bust circumference here 17.5, and then press on the tab key, and then we have the length of the bra 30, and then I'm going to click on OK. I'm going to bring this up just a little here. Okay. Next, we want to create internal line. So the internal line part, like I mentioned earlier, from the guideline here. So we want to create internal line right there. In this case, we need the right here formula, the internal line depth, so 1.5, and then we want to create next, and we want to create dot line as well as. So if we look at right here, this is internal line from the high point shoulder down, and then we'll pretty much drag and then create these armhole depths, and I'm going to simply kind of minimize that. Alright, so I will use this edit pattern tool. We will create internal line from the top first. Right click and then select create internal line. So in this case, we only need 2 internal line here. So 1, and then select distance here to individual, and we want to select selected line here, and the first one going to be 1.5, and then press on the tab key. And then the second internal line, we will use this back neck internal line. So back neck depth here going to be 12, then I'm going to press on the tab key here. Okay, 1.5 and 12. So as you can see right here, we have 1.5 and 12. And next I will click on OK. And now we're going to create internal line from the center out. So in this case, we want to create one for dot line, for shoulder length, and then for the bust circumference. So right click, we're going to select offset as internal line, and we're going to increase one internal line to 3. And first line gonna be 8.5. Even though it doesn't have dot, but it's give us this perfect formula, you'll see. And then the second, and by the way, I got a question from you guys, one of you guys, to specify the internal line distance from center or from top down. So as I mentioned earlier about that drafting the basic top, guys, right here, this is tell you exactly where the internal line go. Let's say right here, I'm going to measure in 1/4, so this is the measurement. So the internal line, some of the internal line are based on the measurement, some are based on the formula. So if you look at both under formula, you will see some numbers are repeat each other, okay? So let's see 23, okay, that's a armhole depth. Sorry for the noise in the background. And then we have more, let me see some of the repeated repeated measurement. Oh, another thing that in here, if you guys click on the image right there, you get to see bigger image. And I also have this number out. So as you can see right here, back internal line 1, so go from top down, and I have the number right here, the measurement on each line. And if you click on image and then keep going on and on about the images, just like that. And you can click on X here to close. All right, let's just get back to close. So we gonna generate 3 here, 8.5, one of them, and then we're going to, okay, the second number is going to be shoulder length, which is one half of shoulder length, in this case here, 13.5. Okay, then press on the tab key, and then the neck width going to be 10. We'll create the neck width length later. Right now I'm going to, okay, so right here we want to also create the excuse me, a little bit distracting. So right now I will also need to create this waist for the top, excuse me, for the bra. So the waist circumference here is 15, okay? And then I'm going to simply click on yes. So be sure 8.5, 13.5, and then 15. So 13.5 here, the shoulder length. And right here, 8.5. I felt like 8.5. 13.5, and then, and be sure you check on this extend box, and do not check this reverse direction, because then it will reverse the internal line. And then I'm going to click on OK. Alright, so right here, so right now I have this much better. So right now I have this internal line that I can draw the segment from here to here and to here. So right here, from here to here is the shoulder length, and then from here to here is the bust, and then to the waist, okay? Okay, so right here, I'm going to actually (13.5 plus 4 equal 17.5. 8.5. I'm going to check this. So right here 18. I'm going to remove that line. Sorry guys, got distracted by the noise. Alright, so I'm going to create one more line here and then type in the I'm hold up here 17.5. And I'm going to remove that too. $1.5. Alright, so right here, this is the armhole depth, which is shoulder length, the y by 2, and then plus 4 to create this. And then over here, we have this shoulder length right here, and then we have this waist circumference kind of below the bust. Circumference is not really to the waist because it is a bra. And right here, we are going to draw the line from here to here. And to do that, I will use the internal polygon slash line tool guy. Click on it and then click right here, right here, right here. And then I'm going to press on enter here to confirm. And I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this edit curvature tool here to create this curve. Simply click on it and then drag it in slightly to create this perfect curve for the armhole. Just like that. And right here, this is the neck that I was talking about. So what I'm going to do here, I will create another internal line. How about that? So the next width here 10. And then we also want to create the neck depth. I'm going to the next step here for the back neck depth. It is 12. And I'm going to simply draw from here, just like that. All right. So right here, this is what I was talking about. So when we create based on the formula, we want to draw this line from here to this 8.5 of dot measurement, because we do not want to start to draw from line to here. All right, so next I'm going to lock this internal line for now, and I'm going to create a point right here. And then click one right there to place the point. That's where I'm going to bring this over here in a second, okay? So to bring that over there, I will use this edit pattern tool. Let's zoom in a little, okay? Actually, I can simply remove that point. Click and then remove that point. Ooh. So first of all, I have to join that point together, because if I remove the point, I only remove one side. So I'm going to Command or Control plus letter Z. And let's lock that line as well. And I want to join that point together. Merge to point, that would do. Alright, so now if I delete that point, see, this point dropped to this point right here, okay? And after that, I'm going to use edit curvature tool here to create another curve right there. So you kind of eyeball it. I think that's about right. And then right here, let's bring it out just a little. And let's say somehow I don't like this curve at all, it's messed up. What we can do here, we just add another point. So I will use the add point slash split line. So excuse me guys, my computer a little bit slow here. So add point slash split line, and then you click on that to place a point, and you press delete, and now you remove the curve, and you can now use that edit curvature tool once again, click and then drag it in to create the curve once again, just like that. Simple. Okay, so next we want to, let's bring this out just a little. Next we want to create the back pattern. To create the back pattern, we have to, so first of all, this pattern formula change a little since we draft this small shoulder sport bra. So I'm going to click on this line here, right click, and then select offset as internal line, and we want to change that to 2. So the first one is 1 centimeter, then press on the tab key. The second one gonna be 1.25, okay, and then click on OK. And as you can see right here, this is the internal line that we have. And now we're going to create another internal line for the front neck depth. In this case, 13.5. So click on this top right there, right click, offset as internal line, and then decrease that to 1. And I'm going to type in 13.5. Okay, and then let's move this out of the way, and I want to see that. So this is going to be the line, and then click on OK. And now I'm going to draw the line from here to there. So I will use this once again, internal polygon slash sign tool, click one right here to start, and then come over here. So this is the one I want to click right there on that top line, zoom in and on that corner right there, just like that. And then come down here, we want to click on this bottom line, okay, just like that. Perfect. And then click toy here to end, and I'm going to use this edit curvature tool, and then to create curve here, simply click drag it in. So the rule of thumb, when we create the front armhole curve, we want to have the front slide in a little bit further compared to the back, okay, just like that. And now I'm going to create this right here for the front. And the front, once again, I'm going to curve it out a little. We want it curved, but it's kind of comfortable curve. Okay, let's say I don't like it. I'm going to remove that curve right there. I'm going to place a point here, press on the delete or backspace on the keyboard to delete. Now I'm going to grab the curvature tool again, press letter C, and then drag it in. Alright, so now much better. Still, I want the curve, but I don't want a super curve up here. I want a curve down here. Okay, alright, so now we're going to trace this as a pattern. Okay, let me expand that to the window a little so we get to see better. To trace it, we will use this trace tool. And first of all, let's trace the back pattern. Click one right here, press on shift, click one right here, and then right here, right here, right click, select trace as pattern, and I'm going to press on shift here to get this aligned a little. Alright, so now we are going to trace for the front pattern. To do so, first I'm going to come over here and once again press on shift here, click, and then click and click, continue pressing on shift, right here, right click, trace as pattern. Alright, so now we have front and back, press on shift here. So After that, we are going to remove the lines that we don't need and then leave the line that we need. Okay, I'm going to simply use the tool there, press on delete or backspace on the keyboard, and then remove this line. Just like that. And this line right here, we have to unlock them before we can remove them. So I will switch the tool here to edit pattern tool and then unlock all pattern outline, excuse me, all internal line here, and then click on here. Simply delete them, press on backspace or delete. So right now we've finished drafting these borders. All I need to do here, I'm going to let what's up?
You done?
No, I'm not done. But you can do whatever you want.
Oh, I gotta take a shower.
Take a shower. It is still live. So sorry guys for interruption. Just, you know, life in general. You're married, have children. They're going to be, you know, in the background. Alright, get back to pattern making. So right here I have front and I have back. I'm going to flip this to horizontal. Now we have front here, we have back. I'm going to move this over here. I like so I like my front pattern here, so I'm going to flip it back because in fact let Command Control Z. So I'm going to move my front pattern over here. And then the back pattern over there. So first of all, I'm going to label them so it is easier. Use this pattern annotation tool. And then here back. Alright, let's bring it down. Bring it to the side a little. And I'm going to bring this up. So I normally leave this up here just for later for the guide. And if I think I'm done with the pattern, let's say I want to check if I make a mistake or something, and come over here and then see this pattern. But right now I'm good. I can actually see right here, and this is my front, this is my back, so it actually look pretty good. And if I still wonder if the pattern draft correctly, I can come over here and then go to information and then click on show ruler here. So this is a way of creating a guideline here. So if I pull this down here, so right here, this is my next. So I did label incorrect. So as you can see right here, the front neck here should be longer, I mean deeper compared to back neck. So I label this back and this is front. That is incorrect. So I'm going to move this label right here up. And then I'm going to name this accordingly. So as you can see right here, if I drag, okay, another thing here, to create guideline, you have to be on this tool, either transform or edit pattern tool to create this guideline, okay? So if I look at over here, this is the back pattern because I have this next a little bit higher compared to this front of the pattern. So what I'm gonna do here, use this annotation tool here, and I'm going to label this back pattern. And right here going to be front. Right there. And once again, I like to leave my front pattern on this side. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to bring this front pattern and this back pattern, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to flip it. Okay, another quick tip here. So let's say to flip it costs more trouble, you can also make a copy. Symmetric pattern with sewing and then create a copy. However though, if I place that copy right there, I have to label this again, because now it actually comes with the label. That's surprisingly. So now I can actually delete this one, and now I have front right here. So you don't have to do flipping the pattern, because sometimes you get really confused like which side you flip and which not. So now I can actually create this, right click, and then select symmetric pattern with sewing, and I'm going to press on shift here. So press on shift allow us to place the same level like the pattern that we copy from. I'm going to delete this one, and now I'm going to bring them back close to each other. So if you look at my pattern here, I always have the front pattern over here and then the back pattern over here. Okay, so when I place them, I know exactly where the pattern is, and if I don't know, I would rearrange them just like what I did earlier. So it's pretty much, even though you make a mistake, you want to cut your own mistake before your customer got your pattern and then all messed up. It's not cool, because we want to have the pattern well organized, and when the customer got the pattern now, so the thing is, pattern maker with sewer, we use the same language so we can understand each other. So certain language that we apply onto the pattern, the sewer look at it like, oh, okay, this is what it is, like notches or applies similar on certain area and stuff. Okay, so right now we are going to continue creating the sport bra. Right now we're going to place this onto, before we're gonna do that though, I'm going to like expand this. Okay, first of all, let's save the pattern. We'll come over here to file and then always select save as project, guys, because projects file will have everything in it. So I'm going to put in here sport bra tutorial. Alright, and then click on save. So right now we have about 20 something minutes. So if we're not finished doing 1 hour, we will continue this next week, guys. Alright, so next I'm going to come over here to this 3D toolbar, and we want to click on this reset all pattern to reset the pattern over here. And before we go into sew, I want to freeze this pattern and then hide it. So hide 3D pattern, and next we're going to place the pattern. Okay, so we'll come over here and then click on the show arrangement point here, or you can press shift F2. And next I'm going to click on the front pattern and then hover the mouse over here, then click on the back pattern. Okay, bring it up a little. Just like that, and then I'm going to sew this, use segment sewing tool. So drafting pattern, it is easier than you think if you know the formula, guys. Alright, so I'm going to actually remove this guideline. I don't need it anymore. So right click on the guideline. Oh, be sure you're on the transform pattern tool or edit pattern tool, and then delete all guidelines. So the thing about using CLO, guys, CLO is designed for drafting pattern. Give you each point of the way, a way to check the pattern, see if it's accurate or not, and a way to make your life much easier when you make pattern in CLO. By the way, I'm not sponsored by CLO, just I use CLO. To be honest, the price is cheaper compared to other software out there. I try Browseware, I contact them for the price is it's super expensive. I contract for Optitech. That salesperson quite responsive with the Optitech, but they want like 10 grand or something, and I'm like, no. And here cost you pretty decent, and you get to create any patterns you want. Not only that, you can actually, you know, do the fitting. I will show you the fitting in a second. Alright, so next we are going to make a copy here. In my case, select both of these pattern, right click, and then go to symmetric pattern with sewing. And I'm going to press on shift and click one here to place the pattern. And let's sew the center back together and sew the center front together. After that, let's strengthen before I'm going to simulate. Okay, let's simulate here. So I only simulate like halfway, and then I hit the stop right there to stop the simulation. I'm going to do that one more time. So right here, actually looking pretty good. However though, sport bra come with some elastic, and as I showed you earlier, come with the pad for the bust, and we're gonna do that. I'm going to check this measurement here. So 3.74. Okay, so we have a little bit issue here. So I'm going to create it. Right now 3.66, that is the back. 3.74. So 3.66 subtract 3.74, so 0.08. We're going to subtract it. Click, drag it in, press on shift, and then right click. 0.08. Three 0.67. 3.66. Dang it, I missed one. Okay, click one, drag it in, press on shift, right click. 0.01. Perfect. So another thing too, guys, as you can see right here, we can get like into point, which draft pattern in the real world is not gonna happen like that. We are going to have some missing extra or little, something like that. All right, so actually look pretty good. Next, we are going to create internal line, so we can create the elastic around the hem here and the neck, as well as the front and back. Alright, to do that, let's get the measurement. So I have write down the measurement here. We have 0.7 for the neck and armhole, and then 2.8 for the hem right here. Alright, so I will use this edit pattern tool. I'm going to click one right here, and then press on shift, click right here, and right here, right here. Okay, first of all, I can't do that because I have to do two at a time. I will see why. Right click and then select offset as internal line, and this time I'm going to type in here 2.8. Be sure the extend box is checked, and leave this reverse direction box is unchecked. And if we see the preview here, we have right here, this is the internal line we want, and I'm going to click on OK. Alright, next we want to create it. So here, press on shift, here, here, and here. We will do that because here we have the same measurement. Right click and then select offset as internal line, and number of offset is 1, and then change here the value to 0.7, and then I'm going to click on OK. So by default the lines are selected. I'm going to hover the mouse over and then place the mouse on top of that yellow line, right click. I'm going to select cut and sew, and the same right here. Press on shift, right click, and cut and sew. Alright, since the pattern are linked together, we don't have to do all of them, we just do some of it and then it affects all of it. So this is the time to arrange the pattern, because it become easier after we arrange this, because we're gonna, we're going to apply the elastic and so on onto the Okay, so next I'm going to command and control letter S to save first. Next we're going to apply the fabrics onto this, and send this, let me go have a look. So this is a knit fabric. It's super soft and comfy. So cotton plus spandex, cotton soft and stretchy. So we're going to come over here and then grab some knits, type in here under. So I'm in the wrong folder, and then when I type in knit, it doesn't do it. I have to go into that fabric folder, click on it, and then type in knit, and now there is knit. So I'm going to try this cotton jersey, click on it, and then drag and drop onto the fabric one, and I'm going to simulate here, and as you can see right here, now we just apply this fabric property onto it. Alright, so what we're gonna do here, we are going to create another fabric here. I'm going to create copy and name this next. In fact, name it trim for now, and apply it. Again, we are going to apply elastic onto this, but I want to simply show you if I apply different color onto that. And let's simulate some. Apply to trim as well, so as you can see right here. And I'm going to, it actually looks not bad, but if I show you the fitting here, since it's bras, so stress map, we want right here to have more tension. So this is a little bit too loose right there. Also right here. because it is a sport bra, you want right here to, I mean, super comfortable, but still you want to apply some basic sport bra onto the sport bra property. For example, you can be a little bit pressure right here, that's fine because stretchy, and right here we want these a little bit more stretch. So I'm going to show you how to apply this elastic. So right here, if we click on the fabric and we come to elastic, right here we have two different kinds. We have knit and woven. We are going to select this knit elastic here. So I'm going to drag and then drop it onto the second trim right there, and then place on there. And we will click on that knit elastic property and come down here. We're going to change the strength and the stiffness to a little bit tighter or looser. It depends how kind of stretch we can get. However, before we can do that though, we want to change this fabric grain line here to 90%. So come down here. So be sure you marquee select the fabric and come down here. We want to change this grain line here. So on the fabric, if I come down here, I should see excuse me, grain direction, we want to change that to 90 because we want that cross grain. And after that, I'm going to come over here once again and let's have this simulation. So as you can see right here, now suddenly this pressure go up to red because we apply the elastic property onto right here, the hem as well as the trim over the neck and the armhole. So as you can see right here, now we have this tight elastic around the red spot right there. So it actually looking pretty good. I don't even have to go in there and change to a different pressure. If you want, you can. Let's say if I want to have the right here a little bit more loosened compared to right here. So let's remove and check that stretch map for now. And if I'm going to make a copy for this elastic for now, and I'm going to name this neck and arm, and I'm going to apply them to the neck and arm here. Okay, and after that I want to change this stiffness and the strength to lower. Let's say 75. I'm gonna change that to maybe 60, and here the stiffness to roughly, let's see, 50. Okay, and then I'm going to simulate again here. So as you can see right here, now it's looser compared to earlier. So it depends on the fitting for your garment. So in this case, I have the top part here a little bit looser compared to down here, which is makes sense because we want to be able to hold the bust together with this hem. We want it a little bit more stiff and tighter. Right now the entire bra looking pretty good. So once again, be sure to save it, Command or Control plus letter S. Always save your file because sometimes, you know, this thing could crush and then you lose all your file. Alright, so let's look at the bra color. So we have cream or black. I like the cream color, so I'm going to change, let's minimize that. I'm gonna change this color here to kind of creamish. So click on that fabric and then come down here, this color chip, click on it, and then I already typed in the word cream here under Pantone and a bunch of cream color pop up. So you can pick any cream you want, like peachy cream, orangey cream, lightly orange cream. I like this kind of almost a skin tone cream, and then click on apply, because we also want to change the elastic too. And elastic here, I'm going to click on that color chip and then use the eyedropper tool and then click one right there from there. And based on, I'm going to press on escape here to get out from eyedropper tool. So based on the garment itself, here is a little hint a lighter color compared to the bra itself. So we want realism, we want to give it that. And then click on apply once again, and then I'm going to click on the knit elastic and an A here, and then click on the eyedropper tool. This time I will pick the color from here. So because the shade and the shadow we get a little bit darker, but no worry, I'm going to press on escape here to get out the eyedropper tool and bring it up to a hint lighter, excuse me. And then this time I'm going to click on apply and close, and then see if the bra. So not bad. Alright, so now we are going to, so before we apply we create the path forward, I'm going to change the particle distance to 10 here and then simulate, see what it looks like. And then press on return enter on the keyboard to confirm. And then let simulate, and then stop the simulation, and let change the window to only 3D. So there you go guys, and turn on or off these right here, this high quality rendering, and actually looks pretty amazing. Let me turn off the avatar, actually hide it. You can select show or hide the avatar to hide or show, and actually the bra looks pretty awesome. And let's reset the window here. Alright, now it is time to create the, oh by the way guys, we will merge this pattern together as well, because the sport bra does not have the split in front nor back, but we'll do that later when we almost finish. And we have 6 more minutes to go. If we're not finished, we will continue this next time. Oh, I'm going to change the particle distance back to 20 though, because my computer can't handle too much pressure right now. It's been running quite some time and it could just crash. It's just bad. Alright, so now we are going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to click on the show the avatar back, and my key selects all the pattern pieces, hover the mouse over there, right click and then select. We want to select deactivate pattern only, and then right click over that again and then select high 3D pattern. Okay, now let's expand that window. I'm going to hide this ruler too, so go to information icon and then click on the show or hide ruler, so you can actually hide it. Alright, there you go. Alright, so this is pretty cool. We are going to create this pad. To create the pad, we will use this 3D pen avatar. So click on it. Just me. And then we're gonna come over here and we're gonna start drawing. So 3D pen avatar, click on it, and then we're going to click right there and press on Command or Control to create the curve, and then continue clicking. Okay, and I want to press on backspace here or delete to get back a couple of steps. Now I'm going to press on Command or Control once again, and then continue clicking. It is almost like a lasso tool here in Adobe Photoshop when you use this 3D pen tool. Now I'm going to release the Command or Control key because I want to create this kind of straight pointy. Then click right there. Then come over here, and then I'm going to press on Command or Control again to create this curve. And no worry guys, this is just to create a basic pattern. It doesn't have to be perfect because we will perfect it with a pattern. Then I'm going to click one to end onto the pattern right there, and now come back over here, and we want to click on this flatten, and then we want to click on that pattern right there, and then I'm going to press return or enter on the keyboard to turn that into a pattern. It's actually a pretty cool tool. I do like that tool. Okay, so now the pattern doesn't look perfect, but no worry, we'll fix that. So right here, we're going to adjust a couple of things, but at the same time, we also want to see the preview, okay? So let's say I'm going to create a point right here. I will use this edit point / split line tool. Click one right there to add the point, okay? And right here, I don't like this pointy at all. I'm going to actually remove that. Simply use this edit pattern tool, click on that point, and then press on the delete or backspace on the keyboard to delete. And I will use the curvature tool. Add a curvature tool, then create the curve on my own, right there, much better. And right here, we could change. I'm going to, once again, I'm going to place a point right there, okay? And then press on delete or backspace on the keyboard to delete it all together. All I need to do here right now, use the edit curvature tool to create the curve. Okay, now it looks much better. Just like that. Right here, I think we could kind of create a little bit curve right here. I will actually use this smooth curve tool, click on right here, drag it in, right click, and let's say click on the links icon first. Let's type in maybe 1 and then click on OK. Actually, I like the pointy one a little bit better. I'm going to Command or Control plus letter Z. Alright. And right here, no worry guys, we will simulate later. Right now, we don't want to simulate it. If we do, that thing will fall down. Alright, let's create a copy. I'm going to click on it, right click, and then select symmetric pattern with sewing. And I'm going to press on Shift. Click one right there to place, and as you can see right here, now we create a perfect copy for each of the side. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We are going to place this right under beneath here. However though, before we're going to do that, we want to create a copy here because we want to place this pad right here between two layers of the front of the bra, okay? So first of all, I'm going to create more of the bra side right here. I'm going to click and then simply let's merge that first before I'm going to create this. I will use this edit pattern tool. Okay, just a quick tip guys. So since these patterns are linked together, we want to merge them, and we only need to click one side. The question is, when we want to click, which side we want to click? So if you want this pattern to pop over this side, you want to click on this side. Okay, so let me show you to do that. So if I click right here, right click and then select merge, okay, now this pattern pop it over here just like that. So alright, so time is up, guys. I'm going to continue my streaming next week with this project. So I hope you guys have a great weekdays and enjoy your evening or morning. So see you next week live streaming. Bye.